Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Mega Strange Podcast. And guess who's back?
I'm here.
Our co-host, Johnny.
One day I'm going to do a solo episode and it's going to be crazy.
I think people would love for you to do a solo episode.
I'd be so panicked. I'd be like,
You would survive.
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking at first, but then before you know it, a whole hour has passed, and then you have this like surge of confidence, like, wow, I can't believe I pulled it off.
That's true. I used to do on my own personal YouTube channel this thing called Johnny Cast.
Ooh.
And I used to do it after every...
Just before you worked for Mega 64?
No. This is after every Mega 64 podcast. I never told anyone about it. I thought it'd be funny to be like, all right, I'm going to get my thoughts in.
Wait, what?
No, it's called Carcast. Sorry.
You're not allowed to have your own thoughts on our conversations.
It was my own thoughts on things as I drove home from the podcast.
And you'd upload this to your personal YouTube channel?
Carcast.
Which is not monetized at all?
No, not monetized at all.
What's the channel called?
I wish I knew.
You don't even remember? We could monetize it right now.
I think youtube.com/Johnny Weiss. I think that's it.
Everybody go to youtube.com/Johnny Weiss, hit subscribe, and you could have access to Johnny Cast, Carcast, to get Johnny Brain, his thoughts on everything Mega 64 has talked about on some episodes from just a few months ago. Do you still do it?
No, but I'll do it if you guys, if I can get that monetized, hell yeah. I think I need 1,000 subscribers and I do not have that yet, so...
Well, after today, you will. In fact, we have surpassed a milestone here on this show because we just had our 7,000th subscriber join us on this little Mega Strange journey here that we're going along. Welcome, Mr. 7,000 or Mrs. 7,000 or Ms. 7,000 or the 7,000th person.
Yes.
Whoever you are out there, we don't know, but we're happy to have you here and all the others who have supported us and subscribed to this podcast all along the way. We couldn't do it without you. In fact, we do it for you because if nobody's watching the show, why are we even here to begin with? So we love you guys. We appreciate you. And it's for you that we have prepared today's very special episode.
Yes.
Today, we're going to be talking about glitches in the Matrix, otherwise known as events that have happened to certain people that have made them question their own reality. What's really going on? Mind-breaking events, things that are frankly probably not enjoyable. Have you ever had your reality broken? Something happened to you and it just made you question everything around you?
Oh, I mean, the one that really always sticks with me is whenever people say, I'm trying to think of an example real quick, but like Laurel or Yanni, do you remember that?
Of course.
Yeah, like whenever that happens, where it's like, oh, if you read this text while you're listening to this audio, it changes what it is.
Is the dress blue?
Yeah.
Is the dress white? Is this animated GIF spinning to the right or to the left? Yeah, that actually is a good starting point for this episode because it brings up the well-established fact that our reality is based on our perceptions and everything we experience is objectively what our brains make of it.
Okay.
Right? So Einstein has this theory of relativity, which basically says one event can happen, and depending on where you are in the universe, you will experience the same event differently from that other viewer.
Okay.
Reality is not set in stone. It's subjective to who you are and what you're going through.
So it's like main character syndrome.
What is main character syndrome?
Where you think you're the main character of the video game, like your life is like, let's say life's a simulation. You think that you're the main guy.
Oh well,
because your only perception is your consciousness. So you think like, oh, maybe everyone else is the NPC.
Don't worry, I've been told for years that I'm not the main guy.
Oh,
so I don't have main character syndrome. I have supporting character syndrome. My reality is trying to push me into a subservient role that I refuse to accept. Did I just scare you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just like, ugh.
I'm trying to wake you up.
Please.
Nah, you got your little tiki mug full of coffee there.
I went to Trader Sam's the other day, and they have a drink called the Tiki rum. and they wouldn't
terrible.
They wouldn't let us order it unless we said every tiki. And I was like, fuck you. I'm never coming back.
Fuck you. Bring me the drink.
I have main character syndrome.
Oh.
That guy was an NPC, and I did not want to take his side quest. And
That's why Disney is terrible.
exactly.
That's a perfect example right there of how they're just messing with you.
Just trying to have fun.
They're trying to be cute. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm just trying to order a tinky drink. A tanky drink.
Tanky drink.
Tanky drink.
I had some already.
Derek getting his drink on. I'm just drinking some good old-fashioned Java here. Getting my caffeine up.
I can't wait for that one person to pause this, and him and his girlfriend are going to try to figure out what you're drinking.
Coffee with cream.
That's what it is.
By the way, a few episodes back, we received a comment in our comments section, which I hope everybody leaves a comment in our comment section.
Yeah.
And somebody was really upset that our little friend here was on the desk. They were like raging, like, get that child's toy off your desk. What's the matter with you? Why would you have such a juvenile doll on your show? And I was like, it's going to be okay, man.
Yeah.
Like, chill. Is everything all right? I happen to like this little guy here. In fact, this is definitely going to be here forever. It's a permanent home. So get used to it.
Yeah, we never gave it a name.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And I was going to ask our loyal viewers, person 7,000 out there in particular, what do you think we should call this guy?
Yeah, they gave us suggestions a while back. I can't remember any of them, though.
Well, we're going to toss all those out.
Oh, okay.
And you can comment on this episode right now, and we will decide on next week's episode what we think this little buddy should be called. So give us a good one. Give us a monstrous one, a monstrously strange name that is very apropos for this show. I don't want we're not going to name it Sean, okay? We're not going to name it Fruit Snacks, all right?
That's a pretty good name, though.
It's already taken.
Yeah.
We already have a pet named Fruit Snacks.
Yeah.
He's on the main show. Sits all the way to the right.
Named Fruit Snack.
So today we are talking glitches of the Matrix, and I want to start off with one here today that is very mundane, but I find particularly interesting.
Okay.
These have been pulled from some sources on the internet. Will not reveal my sources, but and they're not hard to find. These are stories that people have posted about things that make them question their own reality. And this first story is from a person who says that they were eating a chocolate macaroon and their girlfriend tasted it while in the bathroom. The story says, have you experienced this yourself?
No, I just kept thinking, well, first, that's amazing. But then I kept thinking about that gear where everyone kept saying if you put soy sauce on your balls, you taste it. And I was just like, is it similar? Like you eat a macaroon and your girlfriend tastes it? Do you remember that? It was all over the internet. They were like, oh, try it.
Well, we've clearly got to do some paranormal experimentation here. Johnny, I think you should give yourself a dip and tell us if you taste it. Hey, another question for people who are watching today's episode. Have you tried to taste soy sauce with your junk? If so, let us know if it works. Because I felt like that was just a prank to get people to dip themselves in some sauce.
I think that was just a couple of pranksters.
Well, if you put a macaroon on your junk, your girlfriend will taste it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
She's like, taste macaroon.
So according to this story, this person was doing some stuff in the kitchen and decided to eat a chocolate macaroon that had been sitting there for a while. And their girlfriend was in the bathroom 2 doors down the hallway. And as they took a bite, their girlfriend yelled from the bathroom, "Are you having something with chocolate?" This person wrote, "I was and still am in shock. I walked into the bathroom with half the macaroon sitting in my mouth. And we both looked at each other in complete shock. She told me she suddenly had the faint chocolate flavor in her mouth, but wasn't eating anything. She didn't even have chocolate that whole day."
Okay.
One might suggest it has something to do with smell, but that dry-ass macaroon had no smell left. Would have been too far away anyways. This is this person's glitch in the Matrix.
That's interesting. Maybe like the simulation ran out of RAM and they just started reusing taste bud allocation.
In case you are not familiar out there, Johnny is a huge proponent of simulation theory and believes that we are all existing in some sort of giant space-aged supercomputer.
Why not?
Who's to say? Well, this is not an isolated event because other posters started replying with their own similar stories.
Okay.
One person wrote, "This happened with me and my friend over the phone. They were eating strawberries and I tasted them. It was so weird. I remember it clearly to this day, 25 years later."
Okay.
So this was in 1998.
Well, that one's harder to believe just because, like, I assume they're like, hey, I'm eating these strawberries. They're so good. And then your brain starts doing doing what it does well.
Well, another poster alerted everybody that this has a name. And it's called, you're going to like this. You're going to remember this word forever. Glairgustance. Glairgustance.
So it's like a spin on clairvoyance?
It is.
Okay.
In fact, there is a different kind of clair something for every sense that your body experiences. And according to Wikipedia, clairgustance is defined as the paranormal ability to taste a substance without putting anything in your mouth. It is claimed that those who possess this ability are able to perceive the essence of the substance from spiritual or ethereal realms.
So that's why when I dip my balls in soy sauce, it's going through paranormal realms.
Yeah, your balls are connected to the spirit realm. And then Paranormal Activity 7, your balls are connected to your tongue.
Yeah. I hope this episode doesn't get demonetized.
No way. We're talking about science here. Well,
that's true.
Pseudoscience.
Yeah, I think we have to use the scientific terms.
By the way, there is a related type of telepathic power called clairalience, which is the ability to acquire psychic knowledge through means of smelling.
What do you smell? Like, do you like smell rock salt or something, and then you get like?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
Because another poster on the forum shared this story. My roommate has phantom fart smelling. He will actually be able to smell my farts before they happen.
My favorite Shins song, Phantom Fart.
Yeah, Morrissey could just smell the whole band's farts before they happened.
Oh, did I say the Smiths? I meant the Shins. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if I farted in another room and tell him, he will smell it. So what a wonderful roommate situation that must be.
That's a fetish.
Signs that you have clairgustance. This is according to anytimeastro.com. Says, are you clairgustant? Do you have an inherent clairgustance ability? Here are the signs that may help you get the answers to these questions.
Okay.
So let me ask you, faithful viewers, have you ever experienced these symptoms of clairgustance? 1, you have a highly developed sense of taste.
Yes.
That's hard to say because I've never tasted anybody else's sense of taste.
Yeah.
So, but maybe, people be like, do you taste the cinnamon? And I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm clairgustant.
Yeah, maybe like a sensitivity to like spicy or sour food can be like a tip you off to if you have a.
I put salsa in your rice. Did you taste it?
Yeah.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
I have psychic tasting ability. You can't get anything past me. You have very strong memories of how something smells. Again, I've always heard that the sense of smell is the one that's most closely associated with the memory.
Yes, 100%.
With your memories. So these are two objective things where I feel like, well, doesn't everybody have strong memories associated with smell? But of course, it's not necessarily like a smell is triggering your memories. This is you can actually remember how something smells to the point where maybe you can smell it again. Can you do that?
Yeah,
Can you imagine something so strong you are practically smelling it? Hold on, let's try. Try to remember a smell. I'll do it too. Here we go. Hold on.
Yeah. Wait, can you give me a smell? Because
Sure.
I can't even.
Let's close our eyes.
Okay.
Let's do chocolate chip cookies.
I mean, I have like a sensation that I'm smelling it, but like I don't smell anything. Like I kind of know what it smells like in my brain.
Okay, here. How about this one? Ready?
Yeah.
Spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, it's still like a memory of the smell, not like I'm smelling it.
All right. Well, you're probably not Glairgustance.
Okay.
Then.
What about you?
No, but when I was a kid, sometimes, you know, your parents make food for you when you're a kid and you don't want to eat it. Like, I don't want to eat a salad. I don't want to eat my vegetables. And so I'd be sent to bed without dinner. That ever happened to you?
Oh, yeah.
But I would get revenge because I would lay in bed and I would imagine myself eating foods that I really liked.
Okay.
Like hot dogs and hamburgers. And I would actually like chew them in my mouth. And I feel like I could imagine them so well that on some level, it was a little bit satisfying. Like, and I used to tell myself, like, I don't need to have dinner because I can imagine eating anything I want. So I think maybe when I was younger, I had more prevalent Glairgustance abilities. You know, when my mind was more open to the spiritual ball sense, if you will, the soy sauce tasting capacitor. And then as you get older, your doorway to the other realm closes.
It's just really sad. Like, I don't need to eat anything. I can just imagine eating things. It's just so sad.
Yeah, well, I didn't like to eat my vegetables.
Oh, okay.
So that's how my parents tried to punish me. But joke's on them because I'm going to my room to imagine eating ice cream. Booyah! The next one is you like being surrounded by good smelling things. Perception of some perfumes or scents brings you peace and happiness.
Yeah, who doesn't though?
Exactly. You feel sudden fits of burping. Now, I know that happens to you.
Sometimes.
But maybe it's because you're part psychic.
Damn, hell yeah. I'm not gross. I'm just psychic.
Exactly. Sorry. That was my psychic ability coming out. Oh, let's go play the lotto, everybody. Here's another pretty common one. You get food cravings that have no explanations. That's just being fat.
I was going to say pregnant, but yeah.
Both. Fat or pregnant, which are not the same thing, because I would never say that to a pregnant person.
I used to make some horrid combos when I was
like homemade combos, like pizza combos.
Fully eating whatever the fuck I wanted. Yeah.
Or just like snacker combos that are you know, worthy of the world's greatest stoner.
Oh yeah. I'll give the people at home one. I'll give you
well, you're talking to the guy who invented candy lasagna.
Yeah, oh, candy lasagna, I made it. I did it on Halloween.
It's good, right?
It's fucked up. That shit, like, if that doesn't destroy your teeth, nothing will.
Thank you. That's my badge of honor.
What I would do is order from McDonald's a McFlurry and 2 cookies, and you make your own ice cream sandwich out of them. It's fucking bomb.
Dude, I've seen this video on Instagram where somebody takes a Ben & Jerry's cup, a quarter pint of ice cream, and they slice it with a knife into like a hamburger patty, but they leave the they actually cut the whole like paper cup, and then they sandwich it between 2 cookies, and then they rip the cardboard and unpeel it, and that's how they make a baller ice cream sandwich.
I bet. If you're not making ice cream sandwiches at home, you're fucking up.
I've never done that.
Really?
I'm a huge fuck up, dude.
It's way better and way cheaper.
Dang. I gotta try that. I would love to get like some top tier cookies from like Costco or some fancy bakery, and then get some Ben & Jerry's and make the most heinous ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, because like the Tall House ones you can buy, the ice cream sandwiches, like they're fucking frozen. Like you can't imagine that with warm cookies. Sick.
You're blowing my mind, dude. You're actually making me want to taste some soy sauce, let me tell you. And the final one is bouts of dry mouth that are one major Glairgustance sign.
Oh, so cotton mouth.
Yeah. So I guess having food cravings, burping, and having cotton mouth makes you a food psychic. You know, if you have these symptoms and you practice and heighten your ability, maybe you too will be able to smell your roommate's farts before they happen.
Oh, they happen before they?
Yeah, you could smell them before they happen.
That sounds like a fucking curse. Yeah. Like, why would you ever want that?
Pre-fart cognition.
You're about to fart, dude, and it's bad.
It's like Minority Report with farts. Like the little ball comes out, and Tom Cruise catches it and goes, "Ooh, we're gonna have a silent but deadly ripper coming in about 5 minutes." And then he runs over to go plug the hole up before it happens. And that's my badass movie idea for the week.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think of a pun title for Minority Report.
The Flatulence Report.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not so great.
Yeah. So leave a comment if you could think of a better one.
The Lavatory Report. There we go.
Yeah.
This next one is a top-rated glitch in the Matrix, and I found this one pretty interesting and pretty weird. Okay, give me your take on this.
Okay.
One. This person writes that this glitch in the Matrix has been affecting them for almost 7 years.
Okay.
And has persisted across 4 iPads, 3 iMacs, and 5 iPhones. They're Apple cucked.
Oh.
That's the glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
No, here's what it is. It has also followed them from at least 2 residences.
Okay.
When they started noticing it. All of their electronic devices believe that this person lives in Los Angeles. No, it's not a settings mistake because they've gone in and changed the settings many times.
Okay.
No other person using the same VPN or router or anything has ever experienced this problem. It's only them. They can be driving along in a city and ask for the nearest location of a whatever, restaurant, gym, park, and their device will tell them about one in Anaheim. Everyone else in the car will get the location correct, but any map program that they're using will show that they are traveling somewhere in Los Angeles, while everyone else will show them the correct location that they are in. Any home device that they use will do the same thing.
Okay.
Whenever they Google something, their Google searches are optimized for Los Angeles. And it's not always the same location. Sometimes it'll be a different zip code, but it's always a zip code that is in the Los Angeles location. And they repeat. They cannot emphasize enough that this is not a settings mistake. They know what they are doing with their electronics. Also, their YouTube account has changed to Los Angeles zip codes. I'm sorry, it added a Los Angeles zip code to the end of their username. They have not, nor have they ever, not currently, nor have they ever lived in the Los Angeles area. In fact, they are over one state. They're one state away.
Okay, so that's not as ridiculous as thought it would be. If they're just like a state over.
They've even stated that while they were standing next to their husband's computer, the computer, when he's Google search stuff, has assumed that they were both in Los Angeles. And this doesn't affect the husband when they're not nearby.
Okay.
So this person is projecting Los Angeles vibes.
Technological. Never mind.
Yeah?
I couldn't think of a word.
You lost it? What do you make out of that?
I would say change your password on everything.
You think they're being hacked?
100%. By someone in Los Angeles or someone with the VPN that is associated with Los Angeles.
It's followed them to 2 residences, 4 iPads,
Yeah.
5 iPhones, and 2 MacBooks.
Yeah. So it sounds like they use a very simple password on everything.
They said specifically it's not an electronics error.
Okay. I mean, like, all right. I'll.
This is a glitch in the Matrix.
It's hard because it could be so many different things. You know, it could just be a setting they're missing.
It's not a setting.
I don't think
they can't stress enough. It's not a settings mistake. They say multiple times, quote, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, because my Twitter account shows me shit from New York, and I never changed it. And I lived in New York for 10 years, so maybe am I glitching?
It says they never lived in Los Angeles.
All right,
they've never lived there. Maybe they visited.
Yeah,
you think they visited once, and that was just it?
Possibly. I do.
Maybe they have like a government chip implanted in them that they don't know about. Now that's a conspiracy theory.
I would be really terrified that their like iCloud got hacked or something.
Well, they're not. They're more terrified that their reality is breaking.
Ignorance is bliss.
All right. Johnny's not impressed with the LA glitch.
I'm just not impressed by like glitches in technology because stuff like that happens all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's move on.
Cool.
This next one is a doozy.
I just see your bold text.
I just died in your arms tonight.
Who sings that?
I don't know.
That's a good song.
Must have been something you said.
I feel like a lot of 80s songs were like weirdly haunting.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like even like I wear my sunglasses. Like it's like so drony and strange. Anyway.
You know my friend Santiago?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody here knows him. He was in the DBZ Boo Saga.
Yeah.
Who got into the fuck you argument with
fuck
Vegeta.
you.
Fuck you, yeah. He's a friend that I met in acting class. His grandfather was in a one-hit wonder band from the 80s. That's all.
Oh, what song?
What Do All the People Know by the Monroes.
Okay. That sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Everybody tells me so, but what do all the people know?
I think I've heard that before.
Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. It was
Yeah.
interesting. I talked to him about it for a long time. Side note, we're going to go on a tangent here.
Yeah.
And he told me his grandpa was in this one-hit wonder band from the 80s, and they were going to get a record deal, but for whatever reason, the record deal fell through. And so his grandpa moved to Michigan and just started working in a restaurant as like a line cook.
Okay.
And totally like left the music industry behind him. But
People do that.
But every once in a while, the song would play on the radio, and everybody in the restaurant would be like, "Oh, this song's so great." They'd be like, "Yeah, it's that guy wrote the song. The guy who made you pancakes. Yeah, he's the one singing on the radio right now."
I love when shit like that happens. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it was the keyboardist of Yes was like, "I'm just gonna get my doctorate and quit the band." It's some band. I don't know if it's Yes, but I remember being a keyboardist. Just decided to become a doctor.
Nice. Yeah. I'm going to go be
Leave the-
like a monster truck racer or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. You know the guy who's the number one monster truck driver in the world used to be in Mega 64? People will be like, what's Mega 64? I just like monster trucks. Two different worlds. Okay, anyways. This one is called I Died Last Night, But I'm Still Here.
Okay.
This is like a Final Destination type story.
Yeah.
This person says, this actually happened last week, but it took me some time to come to terms with what happened. I got a phone call from my next door neighbor late in the evening asking if I could help move a mattress into his upstairs.
Okay.
His mom is ill and has a big, heavy sleep number bed. So, of course, I ran over to help because they're great neighbors. I get over there and his friend, who is also a priest, was there to help. I helped them figure out how to separate the mattress from the bed so we could fit it upstairs. We get it all moved up and back into place. And then my neighbor asks if I can help them move an armoire upstairs too. I think nothing of it. And we go to his travel trailer and pull it out and start bringing it up the front stairs of the house. This is where I died. The front stairs are 11 steps, and I was on the lower end of the armoire, about 6 steps up, when my neighbor and his friend lose a handle on the armoire and it comes crashing down on top of me. I fall backwards towards the pavement. Next thing I know, I wake up in my dining room and my phone is ringing and my wife is asking me, "Are you going to answer the phone?" I answer the phone and it's my neighbor asking me if I can help them move a bed upstairs for his mom. I go over there and meet I meet him and his priest friend again. And as if this is the first time I have ever met his priest friend. And I tell them, I can help you with the bed, but I cannot help you with the armoire.
Okay.
And my neighbor says, "How'd you know about the armoire?" I then proceed to tell them, "Pretty sure I just died." And I spend the next hour talking with the priest. He has so many questions. My neighbor didn't believe I was telling the truth until I described the upstairs bedroom in perfect detail, down to the metal mattress frame on the floor and the intricate headboard leaning against the wall. And I have never been upstairs in their house before.
Yeah.
The priest asked me what I saw after I died. Of course, the priest wants to know. "Did you talk to God?" And I told him,
Nah, bitch.
I never actually died, but before it happened, I woke up at my dining room table.
There is a lot of theories that are very similar to this. We've talked about on the show before, string theory, I think in particular, that essentially our souls are like beacons going through multiple dimensions. And if you die in one, you just jump to the next one. And so that's like one-to-one, exactly like the same thing.
But maybe he didn't jump to another dimension. He just jumped back into, well, it could be another dimension.
Yeah.
But he went back to earlier in the day and then relived the same. He almost went back in time.
They say in that theory, a lot of the times, though, if it does happen, you allocate to that new dimension like immediately. And they say, that feeling where like you almost trip and you're like, oh man, I could have just fucking died there. They say like that could be that happening, like you did die, and you just kind of like, oh, okay.
Well, this story resonated with a lot of users on this forum, and somebody actually linked to a Google Doc that they had been preparing for years because they had experienced this themselves. Mm-hmm. And every time somebody shared a story, they would put it into this Google Docs. And I perused the Google Doc, and there were over 30 stories in there.
Over 30.
That I could count, maybe even more.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, it's over 30, so there's obviously more. But here's another one.
Okay.
After a fresh light rain, I was turning onto an on-ramp and started to accelerate from about 40 to 70 miles per hour to merge with the high-speed traffic on the highway. And as soon as I touched the gas, my car swung around and I started drifting across 4 lanes of 70 mile an hour traffic in the rain. I was facing cars as if my car was now facing backwards, sliding everywhere. I remember one guy giving me the finger as he flew past me. Then I remember horrible crunching, wrenching sounds, and suddenly my car was moving back the other way towards the bridge side over the highway I had just turned off. As my car slid backwards across traffic, I was sure I was going to slam into the bridge side and end on the road below. When I got to that point where that would have happened, there was another huge slamming and crunching sound. Then, suddenly, I was just stalled out on the ramp, the on-ramp. Like I had driven up onto the highway and stalled and then pulled over into the breakdown lane on the bridge as soon as I got up there, right where the story started before he even entered the on-ramp. I got out of the car and looked at it from all angles. There wasn't a scratch or a dent or any evidence of what just happened. I remember there being a horrible explosive collision twice, but there was no damage on the car. I just sat there and smoked a cigarette on the on-ramp in the breakdown lane, called my parents, told them that I loved them, and then went on my first date with my future wife. It was my weirdest experience ever.
So you're saying we're not living in a simulation, but we got motherfuckers respawning. So I don't know. You might have to rethink.
I'm not saying we're not living in a simulation, but that is interesting.
Yeah.
Respawning, huh?
Yeah.
Here's another story, and it says, about 4 or 5 years ago, I was working at Little Caesars Pizza. Usually I work inside, but we just started up something called Monday Madness, where pizzas were $4 on Monday, so we needed someone to advertise. I was a wild and weird metalhead back then, so I took up the position on Mondays of just going out and throwing that sign around to get attention, shaker board.
Yeah.
To bring people in for pizza. Not exactly glamorous, but I had fun. One day, while I was out there doing my thing, I see this van coming straight at me. It jumps the curb and slams into me, and I feel it crush me against the electrical box controlling the streetlights. Then I see a quick flash as the traffic lights flick off and then black out. I gasp, and then I'm still on the corner as if nothing happened. No van or anything. Well, I was a little bit shaken up, so I decided to pack it up and walk back to the store for a break. I walk no more than 15 feet away from the corner when I hear a crash. I look back, and a van has just hopped the curb and crashed into the electrical box, and I watch the traffic lights flick off.
Dude.
Needless to say, I took the day off, and I still think about it from time to time.
I bet.
That's the story.
That's scary.
Well, maybe
it actually is not scary.
Maybe we are living a simulation theory. I don't know.
I hope we all respawn.
I hope all of those people are okay, because as Final Destination would lead you to believe you can escape death once, but he's coming for you. I would love for anybody out there to leave a comment if you relate to or have experienced anything similar to any of the glitches in reality that we talked about today. Do you have something as benign as Glairgustance, where you can taste something without putting it in your mouth? And no, I'm not talking about soy sauce. I'm talking about other stuff.
Yeah, like sweet stuff.
Do
Slick
you?
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Neat stuff.
Neat stuff.
Do you have some sort of technical malfunction that is inexplicable and has followed you across devices and can even affect other people when they are standing close to you? Johnny thinks this is bullshit, but I think there might be something to it. Or have you ever preconceived your own death and then avoided it with that special knowledge? We want to know. We want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel and share this episode with a friend, because we love all our new subscribers and we are on our way towards 10,000, the next milestone.
Click the bell icon. I think that helps.
Now, before we take off, we do have some goodies.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah.
This was sent to us by Tim, a loyal Mega Strange viewer out there. And these are playing cards by the band They Might Be Giants.
I was hyped. Yeah, that's fucking. I have these, but you don't.
I don't.
So,
and
these are awesome.
I have a playing card collection. A lot of people don't know this about me, but you know, when I was a kid, I was really into like magic and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I would buy trick decks like the Svengali deck.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to think of the other. There's a couple like really famous magical card decks out there. And then I just started collecting just random, weird, regular playing card decks from my journeys all over. And then I even have, you know, some people may know this about me, others might not, but I have a collection of tarot cards.
Oh yeah.
And a bunch of tarot decks as well. And I like to give tarot readings from time to time. If you ever catch me on a dark and mysterious night and I have my tarot deck with me, or you bring a tarot deck, I'll give you a reading.
Hell yeah.
But not at a Mega 64 live show with 550 people standing around watching me. It has to be like a, you know, an intimate setting. These are cool though.
These are sick. Each suit is a different cryptid. I like that they're called the hoaxes. Or each suit is either paranormal, a hoax, or a cryptid.
Okay, so the Joker is, we have like a human mermaid, like an actual mermaid. Yeah, I know you can't see these on camera.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'll narrate them. This is like a Tunisian sandworm or death worm. We got the pig lady. Oh, every single card is something different. Yep. We got jackalope here. Oh, okay. And then it's just the face cards.
Yeah.
So,
they did a shirt as well with all these cryptids.
These are the hoaxes. Then we have a different mermaid, a Taurus or a Minotaur, some sort of tentacles coming out of the water. And this suit would be the myths. Okay. I don't know what that thing is. Oh, these are aliens.
Yeah.
The
shouts out to They Might Be Giants.
Small gray man. Oh, shadow people. Wow. Are shadow people aliens? These are that's the paranormal suits.
If anyone has any connection to They Might Be Giants, we'd love to have them on the show. They're my favorite band of all time. I would lose my shit. Anyway.
Really? More than Blink-182?
Yes. They Might Be Giants, number one.
More than MCI?
MCI? MSI?
MSI?
Oh, yeah. That dude got canceled.
Just exposed my lack of knowledge. We got the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, and Mothman. And these are cryptids.
I like the back says that They Might Be Giants logo.
That's cool. These are awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much to Tim who sent these.
I think on the back
it says what they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Minotaur, mermaid, kraken.
Ooh.
Okay. Boogeyman, pig-faced woman, jackalope. Boogeyman, pig-faced woman. That's both of my parents right there. My personal nickname for my mom and dad. Just kidding. Love you, Mom and Dad. Father's Day is coming up. Mother's Day just happened. In case you didn't get a gift, go out and get one. These are awesome. I'll be revisiting those in a second. And then also, let's go to our Japanese snack pack from our Tokyo correspondent, Veronica, a.k.a. Taddy Gucci. By the way, Veronica is out there playing shows because she is a burgeoning rapper out in Tokyo, doing music videos, getting featured on other people's tracks.
Hell yeah.
So check out Taddy Gucci on Spotify if you are a fan of Veronica and her paranormal reports on this show.
Dude, our fans love Veronica, so shouts out. Hopefully we get another segment sometime soon.
Okay, so I don't speak Japanese, obviously, but this thing looks like it's some sort of like raisin cookie. And the only thing I can make out is 100% is what's on here.
So we know it's pure.
Why don't we give it a taste and see if we can use our Glairgustance abilities to determine what this could be. There's one for you and one for me.
Smells nice.
Smells like a chocolate chip cookie.
I don't know what that is. Very familiar though.
I'm just going to say it's a chocolate chip cookie brick. I really have no idea. But it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it tastes like cookie dough a little bit.
Yeah, but like freeze dried.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. It was good though. It's definitely 100% of whatever it is. Oh, we're doing another one? Hell
Honey
yeah.
butter flavored potato chips. Steak and chicken potato chips.
That sounds good as hell.
And this one is, again, I don't know, but I think people were, Veronica may have said this
like
one's
butter.
supposed to be really good. Yeah,
Oh.
like butter flavored. Do you want to open up another one?
Yeah. I want to try this.
All right, we're going to do the steak and chicken chips.
I love this potato man.
Oh, and Big Katsu. We'll save that one for the very end.
Katsu. I love him.
Oh, yeah, the potato man.
My favorite cryptid.
We'll take some pictures of these packages and we will post them on our Instagram, and maybe you can help identify what they are or pick one up for yourself if you're interested.
The smell of that is very strong. The bag, I meant.
It smells like beef ramen.
It does. It smells like a ramen place.
It tastes like ramen.
Yeah.
That's fucking delicious. Wow. Shouts out.
It's pretty good.
Veronica, Taddy Gucci, thank you very much. These are some good treats.
Hell yeah.
All right, everybody. That's our episode for today. We thank you for watching. We thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. So until then, I love you. Stay good. Come back tomorrow. See you next week. Stay strange, everybody.
Good night.